So we got Ravens favored by 6. Cleveland's coming into town on Sunday. This, I was going to say that this seems like quite the spread, but I said that last week when the Ravens were favored by 6, and then they went ahead and just beat the shit out of the Seahawks. So I'm not going to say that this week. However, I do think that it should be a closer game. Now, having said that, the Ravens hung 28 points on arguably one of the top 5 defenses in the league. So I think that we could see some of the same. Deshaun Watson's supposed to play this week. He didn't look great last week. I think that, in my opinion, Cleveland Browns are in for a really long Sunday if the Ravens are on their A game this week. What say you?
Which one of you guys would like to dive in? Zach, Rocco, or Zach?
I'll take this over. It's going to all come down to the Ravens pass rush. The Browns have their left tackle is out. Rookie Dwan Jones is moving over. Now they have a backup at right tackle. Rookie playing left tackle who really didn't play left tackle in college. Owe, Clowney, Van Noy, guys like that, if they can continue to set the edge and just continue to get pressure, allow Pierce, Matabuke and them get pressure up the middle, Ravens by a million. Then that's what happens.
By a million.
By a million. By a million. But yeah, I think the pass rush, and it's going to be a defensive game. And I've said "and" like 17 times.
Yeah, why don't we work on using a different word by "and"?
Seriously. I could feel it.
As well
as the offense for the Ravens needs to show up, like Brad said, and continue to put together this one step in front of the other. Every week it seems like it gets cleaned up a little bit more. They move more towards what they think this offense can completely be. They're playing well in all 3 phases of the game right now. And I think that's the biggest difference from now and the beginning of the season is they're all playing as a unit. I've touched on this before. And when they continue to play as a unit, you could see the Ravens win this game by 10 plus.
Yeah. The only team that's going to beat the Ravens, I think, are the Ravens at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, Rocco, because we touched on it a little bit last time with the live show. Missed you in here, by the way. We'll have you back. Rocco's going to try to be in here Monday with the guys. Maybe you can help instead of Zach trying to set up the damn mic stand.
It was so bad.
Brutal. One of the worst experiences.
Okay, hold up.
If you yell at me like you yell at him, I will smack you.
It was – he also couldn't get it. So, there was a big struggle.
How about the cord that goes into the soundboard?
That also happened.
Oh, really?
That was not part of it. By that point, we had already gone through a lot. A lot had already gone down by the time. We got into the studio a little late, and efficiency was not the word to describe what happened.
But he likes to blame Ryan for all this, which is fine. And I'm going to
get it either.
And I'm going to use one of your favorite words. So back to it. And Rocco, your opinion. You were with the Ravens, and you were in the locker room, and you got to interview some of those guys. They're confident on the defensive side, no matter who they're playing against. But I think a curious line, and you correct me if I'm wrong, was can they bring it every single week? Because they have done it against the big teams, but now it's going to be even more crunch time against a division rival.
Not only that, Rip, I think that this is very much a statement game for the Ravens because these are the best 2 defenses in football statistically right now. Total yards, the Browns lead the Ravens in total yards allowed. And I don't think the Ravens like seeing that number 2 next to their name. They'd like to see the number 1 like they do in points against because 13.6 is simply incredible. 9-10 games into the season, and the Ravens are just firing on all cylinders. Mike Macdonald is putting these guys in positions to succeed, and that's why you see the Kyle Van Noys being so successful, Jadeveon Clowney's. Mike Macdonald's he's pulling the strings, but these guys are executing at such a high level. And if you don't think that they are going to just try to swarm Deshaun Watson and build off this performance, this is a group offensively and defensively that is just not happy and not satisfied until they're holding that Lombardi trophy up on the stage. And you can really feel it with the offense as well. But the Roquans, the Patrick Queens, after every single game, they're saying the same thing. Yeah, it was great, but still not satisfied. Yeah, we want to make a statement. Yeah, we want to do this. Roquan with his fantastic sound bites. So I think they're going to come out and just try to make a statement against the Browns. They already beat the snot out of the Browns at their place. You think they're going to get beat at the bank? You know, it's a possibility, but not a good one. I'm telling you what, they're going to be coming out firing on Sunday against Cleveland.
Bank's been loud recently. Bank has been loud recently.
Very.
Yes. It has been loud, but here's the thing. I mean, we talked about the Ravens actually, of all the teams that have been playing the teams above 500 or at 500, they've done an exceptional job. I think they have the most wins in the league when it comes to teams with records over 500, I believe. And if you look at their remaining schedule, that, hey, if you believe that they can beat these teams, they only have one team that's below 500 the rest of the way, and that's the Rams. And the Rams can play a solid game. It's contingent specifically on Matthew Stafford if he plays. Carson Wentz is now a Ram, by the way. Woo! But, guys, I mean, the next two games specifically, Browns-Bengals being lined up. This is a really – we can talk about that they have to go and play teams like the Chargers and the 49ers and the Jags. But the reality is coming to Baltimore, and now Deshaun Watson's healthy for this game. And I'm not saying you can buy that he's the same player or you can sell it, whatever.
He's no PJ Walker.
PJ Walker wouldn't have lost it. Well, he did lose the game. Yeah. But point being, they're going to get their best shot because they felt like that they were embarrassed up in Cleveland.
Ravens are going to get everyone's best shot now.
Two division games in 4 days is big. Health is definitely going to be key. Getting out of the Browns game healthy, whether it's a blowout win or not, you want to stay healthy for this game going into Cincinnati, because we talk about getting the Browns at their best. You're definitely going to get Cincinnati at their best, whether T. Higgins plays or not. Joe Burrow's healthy. He's good to go now.
Yeah, I was seeing that. The T. Higgins and Jamar Chase are both a little bit banged up. It seems like T has a hamstring injury. I just have a feeling if they miss this game, they're not missing that game against Baltimore.
No.
And that one for the Ravens, if there is two games, I know that they both matter. But beating the Bengals, to me, then that keeps the head-to-head, the tie, or you have the advantage. The Bengals are surging. Cleveland, I think, is going to hang around.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, if you had to have 2 games in 4 days, at least have them at the bank. But we need the bank rocking. It's going to be a blast.
Need the bank rocking.
And we got a lot coming for that week, by the way. Rocco might not know about it, but we got a lot going on for that week. So stay tuned for everyone. It's going to be a lot of fun.